Okay, hopefully I'm back. Hopefully you have my audio. A little bit of a hiccup. We're gonna do this again, I guess. So let's close this out. Start over from scratch. Basically, I went into my map. We need the PS systems. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just go ahead and delete this guy, like so. How we started this is we want pig food PS. I basically want to copy this here. And what we're doing, I guess I should explain a little bit, is we're going to take this pig food mixer and we're going to make it a TMR forage total food or ration, whatever you want to call it. What this guy was over here, a little smaller. This one was just a little bit of an overkill. It had its purpose, but I like the whole belt shader and all that, but it just took up a lot of room, and I think I like this one a little better. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this guy, going to convert him over to a TMR mixer, and eventually I'm going to do another video on how to take these guys and export them out as a placeable. I have it clear, I did not get a chance to mess with the quad track. No, I have not. I've been busy on other stuff. I apologize. So no, I did not. So what I'm going to do first here, guys, I'm going to take the emitters that are currently being used on the pig food mixer. I'm going to show you how to convert them over to a different emitter so it'll work for the cow food. So what we're going to do is I already copied the folder. We're going to call this guy TMRPS, like so, and then we're just going to go in here. We're going to open up this guy here, and we're going to go File, Export All the Files. You want to go, I have no idea where I'm at, so let's go Desktop. Let's go into this, go into my map, PS, TMR, PS, and we're going to call this Hey PS, no file, export all the files. It'll be straw PS, no file, export all the files. Silage PS and no. And basically what this is doing, guys, is making new materials. If you try to change this stuff inside the map, it's going to change anything that had anything to do with that material. Like, for example, if I just take this emitter and I move it and I say, hey, I want to make this output silage now, well, it's going to make this guy silage as well. So that's why I had to actually export the emitter to get it to work. And I, I already did this once, but my mic wasn't working, so we're going to do it again so you can actually tell what I'm talking about. So I'm going to get rid of the ones I'm not going to use anymore. We don't need corn, we don't need potato, and we don't need soybeans. We're just going to dump these guys to get them out of the way, cause less confusion. Alright, and then what we need to do is I've kind of gone over this before, and we're going to take the fill planes from in-game. My Farming Simulator 17 is installed in this directory. You need to find where it is on yours if you're going to try to do this yourself. And don't change any files on this, you'll have a problem. I think I showed in a video how to fix that, but we're basically going to go into the data file, we're going to go fill planes, and we're going to grab, so I want silage diffuse, I want hay diffuse, and I want straw diffuse. I'm going to copy these guys, close that folder so I don't mess up here, and I'm going to paste. And then what I'm going to do is going to make this folder smaller so we can see what we're doing. We're going to right click, edit with notepad. We're going to copy this file name like so. We're going to paste it in here. We're going to hit save. So what's going to happen is it's going to cause this emitter to look for the hay diffuse. So we're going to close him. We're going to go to the silage, Copy. Edit with Notepad. Paste. And there you go. Yeah. I'll go hit save. I should be doing this different. I should be calling this silage particle, but I'm not going to get too specific here. Copy, because these are always in their own folder anyway. I'm going to edit this. Hit paste. We're going to hit save. Now, here's the issue. I went through this on the video that I stopped already. But if we leave this the way it is, it's just a square. So what's going to happen, don't save. We're going to open the emitter up. We're going to hit play. And it's going to look really funky. It's going to have squares on the edges. So we don't want that. So, and I learned this by looking at GTX Mod. You know, give him credit. This is where I actually got these emitters from originally, from his food mixer. But so what he had done in his, he actually went into the diffused, and we're going to take and make a circle. Control Z. We're going to hit shift and make a circle. Okay, yeah, it's going to give me a true circle, and this is where it gets tricky. You want to grab this guy. Once again, shift. He's kind of in the center. Alright, what we're going to do is we're going to hit Control C. Let's open him again. See if this works for me. Yeah. Control A, delete, Control V. We're going to hit File, Save As, and we're going to go back. We're in here, right? Yeah. Hey diffuse. Yes, I want to replace it. We're going to do DTX5. We're going to go ahead and do generate bitmaps. That's fine. And we're going to hit OK. So now, when we go in, oops, wrong one. To the hay emitter, open him up. We zoom in. Oops, wrong button. Much smoother look. See how it's a round look rather than a square, so it looks a little more realistic. Still a little goofy, but a little more realistic. Morning there, Mimlar. How's it going, bud? Good to see you. Okay, so the hay is done. Now we need to go to the silage, open him up. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to go in, do a circle. I'm going to hold shift. I'll get as big as I can for now. I'm going to grab this guy here, move him up. Once again, hold shift. Get him somewhat centered. Hit Control C. We're just going back here, Control A to select all and delete. Hit Control V. I'm going to go File, Save As, and this is the silage. Yes. DTX5, generate bitmap, and hit OK. Morning, Pedro. How's it going, bud? Alright. Minimize that. Bring up silage. We zoom in, and we have a silage emitter. Close him. Maybe. Yep. Alright, now we're going to go open our straw diffuse. Do the same thing. Grab our circle. Hold shift so we get a perfect circle. Oop, can't do that because it'll cut off on that top. We need to learn how to use these programs a little better. Probably a better way to do this. That'll work. Get them somewhat in the center. Control C. The only reason I'm going to this one, it's a blank canvas. I can make Control A, delete, Control V, and we'll just go File, Save As, Straw Diffuse, yes, OK. Let's minimize this guy. Go to our straw. And we should have a nice emitter of straw. Look at that. Okay. So close that. so now we have our emitters done. We have our field work we're going to reuse. We got hay, silage, and straw. So we can close that and go back to the map. Now what I did already, I did this on the other video, is I grabbed this pig food mixer and I export selectional files to my desktop. And that's what I was starting to clean when somebody said, hey, idiot, I can't hear you. So, anyhow, now we're back to that point. It only took 10 minutes to get there, but so we're going to go TMR. We're going to clean this folder up is what I'm going to do. I don't like having a bunch of import and all this stuff, so I'm going to get all these textures in the right folder. So we're going to go ahead, open a new window. Alright, oops, come on now. Displays, pig food display. I'm going to move him in here. This mesh shader, I'm going to move him in there. Alright, drag this out so I can see what I'm doing. Displays, screen display, textures. I'm going to move you there. Alright, I think we got all this stuff. Set properties, make sure it's empty, yes. So we can delete that folder, set of folders I should say. Get rid of that folder. Alright, here's our planes. This be a little more tricky. Let's go ahead and actually do a new folder. Planes. Go corn plane, textures. Yeah, this will be fine. Move here. Potato plane, textures. And actually, this is all going to change anyway, but move here. Soybean plane. Move here. Alright. So that's all done. Yes. Potato washer, texture. Move all that there. Move the place, that's fine. Rotor. Let's take that guy and put him in the shaders. Deep. Oh, wasn't too bad. Move here. Replace. Got more fill planes. Move here. Textures. Move here. Alright. So I think I've got all these guys taken care of. Yep, no files in there. Yes. This is the silo. I think we'll keep that. That's fine. Move that in. Silo master. It's going to be a shared folder. Escape. Shared dirt normal. That's fine. We'll just move it so it's moved. We'll replace. Texture. This guy is going to go into the shaders. We'll replace. Move here. Hey. Silo pipes. Move that in. Let's see if we have everything moved. Properties, we have 0. files. So that's all done. Okay, so we've got planes, shaders, shared, sounds, and textures. Now what we need to do is go into our shaders, dash rotator, make sure it's not referencing a file, number shader, vehicle shader. The vehicle shader is trying to reference shared dirt normal. So we only need to go up one folder. That's what the dot dot slash is. So let's hit save. What that means is if you go up one folder, there's a shared dirt normal. Alright, now we're going to go to the actual i3D file, go edit. Alright, and we're going to copy this, and everything is going to be textures in front of it except for the plain stuff. What I'm doing is I'm just selecting this all and hit Control V to paste that in. So this seems a little, I guess, ridiculous and monotonous, but trust me, in the end, it's just so much easier to find your files, especially when you start exporting things. Let's see, this is a shader, so this is going to be shaders. This is a plane. I'm going to delete that. Another plane. See, this is gonna all change anyway because these are soybeans, but oh well, we can fix that later. Scroll down. Alright, we're back to normal stuff again. Oops, Control Z. Yeah, it's a fill plane again, so this is actually going to be copy. And we're getting close. Oops. Copy, paste. This is a shader. And our sound, we got shaders. Okay, let's save this and see if we pop up any errors. Oh, failed to open. Yep, so I got one shader I forgot to. So it's a mesh rotate shader. So let's go Control F, mesh. That's right. Find next. There we are. Shaders. Close that. Save him. Open him back up. And we don't seem to have any errors. So we're good shape. Alright, let's take this guy, let's zero him out. Bring this down, bring this down. Okay. So we're good. Now we're going to switch this to TMR. Like so. And then here's where I gotta make sure I copy things right. Yeah, TMR. Control C. Save ID, Control V. Alright, let's go ahead and just save him for now. Alright, let's, oops. So, here's when I'll start transporting some things over. It'll let me. So what we want to do is we want to grab all the important stuff here. I don't want to mess with any of the indexes. I just want to change the input triggers, so resource 1 and so forth. So TMR, input trigger, product 1 actually is straw. Oops. Straw. I'll just copy paste, how's that? V. Factor 0.333. Haha, I just found a boo-boo on the pig food mixer I gotta fix too. Them should be 0.33s as well. So good thing I'm looking at that, I guess, huh? Alright, everything there is gonna be the same. So resource 2 is gonna be silage. .333, and resource 3 is going to be grass and dry grass, which is going to be called hay. .333. Okay. Output trigger product is going to be forage, which is TMR. Alright, they're the same, so we're good so far. Alright, so we're going to hit save again. Now we're going to go and we're going to do some tweaking here. So what we want to do is we want to change resource 1 is straw. So we have straw, silage, grass. So, first off, we'll take this bunker to kind of match up with the others. Go File, Export Selection with Files. We're going to go to somewhere here, Desktop, New Folder, and we're going to call this Bunkers. We're going to all straw bunker. No. Grab that guy. File, Export Selection with Files. I'm going to call this Hay Bunker. Nope. Actually, I don't need to grab. I can just keep doing that, but oh well. In fact, let's minimize this. Bunkers. Export all files. This is going to be silage bunker. No. Close. This is the hay bunker. Save. Save. And one more. And save. Okay. Make sure it took, because it looked like the name down there didn't take. Alright, cool. Straw bunker. Now, textures. Alright. We're going to do manure concrete, straw, manure concrete, silage, and we're going to do manure concrete, hay. And we're going to go edit. Going to go hay. Copy. Paste. We're actually going to get rid of this. Save. Close. Hey Donna, how's it going today? What is silage bunker? Edit. Copy, paste, save, close. Oops, I didn't want to do that, but. And we want to go to the straw. Copy, paste. And save, close and close. Alright, so what I want to do, manure concrete, I'm going to go in and actually, I'm trying to remember, the original was green. Let's go into the original map here, and we'll import, and we're going to go manure concrete. Yeah, here we go, manure concrete, diffuse. There's our original. Alright, I'm going to get rid of all these guys so they're not causing me issues here. So what I want to do is I want to try to get a color here. Let's pick this color right there for now. Pick this bucket, Control Z. Highlight, let's change the tolerance, there we go. Come in here and I click that. This is going to be a little difficult. Let's pick that. Yeah, okay. Alright, let's see what this looks like. File, save as. Desktop, bunkers, and we want silage. Yes. We want DTX5, generate bitmap, okay. Minimize this guy. Bunkers, silage bunker. Let's see what you'd look like. Kind of hard to see anything because there's no lines. Create white. Kind of hard to see with nothing around it. View, show light, delete that guy, create primitive plane. I don't think it has any lines, that's the problem. Alright, let's close that. Hit no. Yeah, it's so dark. Image, adjustments, brightness and contrast. Let's give this a little tweak. Okay. Alright. save that guy. This guy, let's do adjustment, brightness and contrast. I just want to get the look of a straw a little bit. Okay, file, save as, straw, yes. Okay, and now we want hay. I think hay we can just leave. Manure, concrete, diffuse, file, save as, desktop, bunkers, hay diffuse, yes, GTX5, generate bitmap, hit OK. Actually, adjustment, brightness and contrast. Actually, that's kind of, I like that better. Save. Close this junk. Close this. Let's close this guy before we make a mess. Alright. So what we can do is go under our TMR. And I'm going to go ahead and grab all this stuff. Actually, going to here, manure, concrete. Where's that section at? We can get rid of the corn, potato, and soybean. Delete you guys. Yes. Let's move you in here. Replace. Okay. So we got our bunkers in place. Now we need to go and grab planes. Right, so pig food, we need to grab silage. Data, fill planes. We need to grab these silage fill planes. We're going to hit copy. We're going to put them in here, and then we're going to get rid of the pig food diffuse. Delete, yes. And go back out. Edit. And we're going to search for pig food. And we're going to replace it. Oops. Planes. With silage. So actually just grab this whole line. Copy. Paste. Copy. Paste. Copy. And paste. Alright, save again. And what that does is close this guy. Is right now in the map. We zoom in. We're going to see pig food right there. But now when I open up the new guy, close him, not save him. When we bring up the TMR now, I got a mess. And we zoom in, we actually see silage. So that's what that's all about. And to fix this, all I've got to do is import desktop, TMR, textures, hay bunker. And I gotta figure out which input hay is. Looks like it's this guy over here. So all I have to do is grab this guy, go Control W, load, go to the hay bunker, load, hit replace, and we now have a hay bunker. And this guy is the resource 2, which is silage. Delete that. I'm going to import silage bunker. Hit Control W, load, replace. We have silage bunker. Get rid of him. We want to import straw bunker. Load, replace, and we have straw bunker. And kind of see how this is going. Now what we're going to do, hey, good morning there, Grabby, is we're going to go into resource 1, tip trigger, plane. Once again, this is going to be the straw. What I need to do is to redo the planes. So let's go File, Export, Selection of Files. I'm going to go to Desktop, New Folder, Planes, and we're going to call this Straw Plane. No. Close this guy out. We can go ahead and actually save this for now. Minimize that. I'm going to go to our planes. We're actually going to cut this out. Paste. Delete. Yes. Go back again to our FS17 data. We're going to go fill planes. We're going to grab the straw. Going to grab the silage. Well, actually, we can grab the hay as well. Hay diffuse, hay normal, specular. We need the silage as well. We're going to copy these guys. Close you. We're going to paste you into fill planes. And then we're going to get rid of soybean. Like so. Yes. I'm going to edit. And we're going to do this same old thing again. We're going to go straw, copy, paste. Straw normal, copy, paste. Straw specular, copy, and paste. Going to hit save, close that out. I'm going to get rid of this guy for now. Alright, we're going to bring up this straw plane. Going to hit File, Export all the files. We're going to go hay plane. Nope. And we're going to go File, Export all, silage plane. And no. We're going to close. Do the same old thing. Edit with Notepad. Copy. Oops. Paste. You want to open you. Copy. Paste. Copy. paste, save, close. Grab the silage, copy, paste, copy, paste, and copy, paste. Save that guy. So when you open up the silage plane, you should actually have the silage plane. Like so. Alright, close that. Don't want to save it. Now what we're going to do, I'm doing this kind of backwards, but it just kind of gives you a concept of what's going on. We're going to go into this TMR, and we're going to go into the planes, and we no longer need some of these planes. So what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of maize, potatoes. I already have silage in there. I'm not quite sure why. Guess I don't have to copy it over though. So yeah, we're going to get rid of soybean. Or better yet, let's keep these in there for now. I know I'm getting confusing here, but we're going to take all this stuff. We're going to move it here. The reason I'm doing that, let's go ahead and say yeah, move and replace, is it's going to put it inside the folders it needs to be for the i3D to find it. It's easier that way, and that's why I got rid of the whole texture thing, because I wanted it to look right at the Hadafuse inside these planes. I'm sure if you watch enough of the videos I do, it's making a little sense. If you're watching the first time, you're like, what in the world is this guy doing? But you'll see what I'm talking about here. It simplifies on where everything is looked for. So let's go back into the TMR, open them up, make sure we don't get no crazy errors here. I'm not seeing any issues. As you can see, we still have all the right. Oh, and that's why silage. Okay, my bad. That's silage right there, and I messed up. I need to actually change that. It's not silage. It needs to be something different. We'll fix that here. And here's the other way to do it. If I go into Visual, Silo King, Fill Planes, Fill Plane. If I go File, Export Selection with File, and we'll just go back to Plane, and we're going to call this Silo King Plane. Hit no, minimize. Once again, I'm going to take this guy. Paste. Yes. We're going to edit. Normally, so if I go in and if I just open this guy up, here's the other way to do this. It's just going to be the silo. Well, yeah, I say that, but I got to go in and edit and get rid of the plane and hit save, close. Now if I bring them up, it's actually going to be the silage plane. But I grabbed, when I did that transfer, I messed up. I don't want a silage plane. I want the forage plane. So I'm going to go to data, fill planes, and it should be a forage. Grab these guys. We're just going to copy them over. Now I want to bring up this. We're actually going to rename this forage fill plane. And we're going to go into window, material editing. And we're going to grab the diffuse, forge diffuse, close, go to specular, forge specular, close, and then normal. Forge normal and close. Now I hit save, close. We can get rid of this silage. Delete. Yes. Let's go back into TMR. Planes. We're going to move these guys over here. And when I go back, let's close that guy. No. TMR. Now we can actually import that plane as well. We'll import TMR planes, Siloking plane. We're going to go to work animation, oops, visual, Siloking, fill plane. Control W to replace, which is also edit, replace. Gonna grab that, load, that's our target. Gonna come on down here, we're gonna hit load to replace with, and hit replace. Now, when we zoom in, it will look like forage instead of silage. Not that there's a whole lot of difference, but anyway. Okay. Now we're going to go import our other planes. We want the straw plane. So let's grab that. Resource, plane, and once again I'm going to hit Control W, load, load, replace, close, and now we have straw. I'm not too sure I'm crazy about that. We'll take a look at it. Yeah, if I remember, I need to we'll see what it looks like when we get in the game, but I remember right, that looks kind of goofy. I think I had to like double up on the diffuse. But we'll look at it later. So import, what do we have next? Resource 2 is silage, so import silage plane. Resource 2, Control W to replace. Load, load, replace. Delete the one we brought in. Now we want to import the hay plane. Let's go to resource 3, tip trigger, plane, load, load, replace. Get rid of the extra one. And we have our hay. Alright, so coming along. The only thing I think we have left to mess with is the display. So let's go through this guy. TMR. Don't want to mess with any indexes, that's fine. Product per hour, that's fine. Already changed the save ID. On create's the same. Input trigger, resource is straw. Good there, 0.33. Alright, resource 2, silage, so that's, everything's good there. And then output, that's what I need to change. Output, product, forage. Control C to copy that. silo trigger needs to be switched to forge. Control B. Alright. Long process, but we're getting there. And we've saved. So we have everything converted over that I can think of except for this display. And we will do that next. So basically, go to work animation. Let's minimize all this junk. Minimize. I'm going to go shader, display. I'm going to go file, export, selection of files, desktop, new folder, display. And this is going to be TMR display. No. Minimize. Display. Textures. Cut. Paste. Shaders. Cut. Paste. Alright. Delete. Yes, we're going to open up edit. This is going to be TMR. Paste. Save. Close. We're going to open this guy up. And we got to change the pictures a little bit. So we're going to scroll in. Delete. 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 And delete. And we want to pick this color. Fill these guys. Alright. And then we want to remember what our resources are. Keep forgetting. Input. Resource 1 is straw. So let's just go to HUDs. Straw. I'm trying to remember. There's straw. Yes, this is always a little goofy. Control A to select all, Control C to copy. I want to go edit, paste into new layer. Hold shift down, move it up. Yeah, it's all bright. I guess. Let's go to my layers. Where are you at? There you are. Go ahead and merge it down. Resource 2 is silage. I'm not a big fan of the silage HUD. That's always an issue. At least white will look alright with this pink background. So we'll put that there, and we'll merge down, and we need hay. Let's see. Actually, if I go back to this, see what that looks like. Yeah, it'll work. It's not pretty, but it'll work. And let's merge you down. And triple D. I don't know how I managed to do this, but bucket fill. Control D to deselect. And then we need TMR forage HUD. What do you look like? Yeah. Forge diffuse. Let's do a color select. Adjustment, brightness, contrast. Let's see what it looks like here. Let's go with that. Control A, Control C, edit, paste into new layer. That'll work. Like so. File, oops. Merge down so we don't have a mess here. File, save as. TMR display, yes. We want to go with DTX5 with Ultimate Map, hit OK. Alright, we are getting closer. So I don't need that. I don't need the HUDs. Alright, this is the part. So it's going to be in textures. Up one to shaders. Yeah, we'll just grab all these. The whole shader thing gets a little goofy, but we'll move it all to textures for now. Move here. I don't like that, but so what we're going to do is we're going to import from TMR, textures, TMR display, and rather than replace, I'm going to do like NC Raider just said before. I'm going to actually take this guy, Control X, Control V. Everything is the matching up. So we're just going to delete the old one. And I believe we have got it all changed over. Let's hit save. Close him. actually go in and get rid of these i3D files. All this stuff can be dumped. No longer needed. Oops. No. Everything but the TMR. Kind of need that one. No longer need them i3Ds once they're imported into an i3D, if that makes any sense at all. So we're going to go to our maps. Westbridge, maps, import. I think I have a TMR, maybe not. Okay, so we're good. Take this guy and we're going to copy here. Going to go into our map. And we are going to import desktop 17 Westbridge maps, import TMR. There he is. Control X, food mixers, Control V. Grab them, Control B, and we're going to do interactive place, like so. And ta-da! We have our new food mixer for the cows. Let's rotate you 90 degrees. I like the more negative 90 degrees. How's that? A little more room over here. So can't quite see where we are. So originally loaded out right there, so let's keep that intact. Something like so. We're at 115. It's right in the center, so that's good. Let's grab this dump hay. Move him. Rotate him to 90. Like so. That'll work. I probably need to add bale triggers back in. Didn't think about that. Where'd you go? Dump hay. Alright. Go to straw. It can be negative 90. That's kind of on center. Like that. And we have silage. And if you're new to what I do on my map here is I actually put these little logos now in the ground marker section. That way if you want to get rid of them you can just turn off your markers. So that's what's going on there. Because a lot of people come custom to the labels and they like them, but if you want to get rid of them, that's how you can do it. So that's not bad. Come out of here. Like so. Okay. Pretty sure this straw is going to be an issue, so what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to go ahead and save this guy. And then we're going to go into the TMR planes straw diffuse. We're going to control A, C, V. Oops. Actually, edit, paste into new layer. Paste into new layer. Paste into new layer. Alright, and then we're just going to merge all these. And hit save. DTX5, journey into map, hit OK. Go into the map again. I'm going to hit reload, all textures. There we go. Now it looks like straw rather than just seeing straight through it. And what I'm going to do too, because I'm going to use this later here. Yeah, I'm just going to leave that alone. I'm actually going to delete all this stuff out here before I get confused. Alright. Okay. I think we are ready to test this guy. We need to say bye-bye to this. See if we have any issues. Delete. And let's see what happens. Just save one more time. I'll be curious to see if we get any errors. So we're on, I need to go to Westbridge. Let's switch over to game. Alright, we'll see what happens here. Should just be, since I pulled over the save ID and everything, we should be okay. Don't seem to be getting any errors so far. Any major errors anyway. Actually jump right over to the cows. There it is. Shows we have material. TMR is full. Oh, probably because I did a test. So I need to find a vehicle. Let's see if we get TMR to output first of all. Uh-oh. Not a good sign. Oh, duh. I don't think this follows TMR. Alright, so it's still fine. A vehicle. This guy will work. Teleport this boy over here. Like so. There we go. Hey, look at that. We got TMR. Let's check our log real quick. Log. Control F. Error. We're good there. Warning. Control home. I don't care about that. Okay. So we pulled over IDs and everything okay, so we're good. Just make sure we can dump stuff in here. Grab some straw. I'll grab this trailer because I want to try grass and hay. Grass. Hay. A little bit of flicker on the ground there. That was odd. And we just need silage. And it's one. The emitters aren't right. Oh, I know what's wrong there. Duh. We'll fix that. It's one thing I forgot to transfer over, so we'll fix that. Okay, so that's good. So let's add some bail triggers and the correct emitters. Kind of important. Alright, go back into this guy. So if we grab, get rid of that, work animation, PS, we want to have, alright, oh, these guys are named wrong too. Well, I guess not. So this is the silage. This guy is the straw. And this guy is hay. Alright, and the work will stay the same. So we need to go, actually, that's pretty simple. All we gotta do is go TMR. Oops. And what we got it named as? Westbridge PS. It's all caps. Let's just hit copy. Control V, TMRPS, paste TMRPS, paste TMRPS, and TMRPS, and this is actually Control C. Control V, straw, Control C, Control V, hay, Control C, and Control V. So then we're good. Now we need bail triggers, and I can't believe that Didn't think about saving them. Factories, I think I got rid of all of them, unfortunately. Potato area, potato washer, input. Yeah, tip treater. Well, oh, I know where I can find them. We can look over here. Bale trigger. Control C. Resource. Control B. I think it's right in the resource. Yeah, shovel and bale. That is static. I think these are okay. Good. Get that 0. So if we go Control C. Alright, where do I put the other? Resource one's got a bale trigger. Oh. What the heck? Two, three. Why is it putting it? It's inside. Okay. Very odd, but whatever. Okay. So, resource one. So if I copy this, I think, Control or Shift Control C, go with bale trigger, Shift Control V. It's putting it right where I need it. Cool. So 2, that's good. 3, Shift Control V. Oops, I don't want to do that. Tip trigger. Shift Control C. Shift Control V. And this will be actually 0. 0. And 0. Okay. Yay. Let's save again. No, problem is I'm not going to have bales that I could think of. We'll go look anyway. Go back into the game. I can make a bale pretty quick though. I can think of that. Now that I'm thinking of it. Hello, big man. How's it going, bud? Welcome to the stream today. Start. Okay, so I gotta find. That guy's a mess. Let's just, oop, there's a good one. I'll jump up to the store. Let's go to Bale Technology if we can find it. Get one of NC's little trailers here. 1 second here. Apologize, dry throat. Alright, where you at? Amongst my mess here. I gotta get NC's new trailer on here. Fix the legs a little bit. Round bales, work position. Alright, so we got a bale. Hey Johnny, how's it going, bud? Actually, we can grab this guy too. Okay, took the bale, so that's a good start. Took the bale. Now we just need a straw bale. I think I've got a baler down here. Got stuff everywhere, but I don't see a baler. So we'll buy one quick. Trader Paul, thanks for the follow, bud. Alright, we got a tractor. We got a tractor over here we can grab. Tractors everywhere. Come on. Come on. Shoot on down here. We'll grab this guy. Grab some straw. Get the bullet baler going. Come on. Home full baler. There we go. Well, we got enough to make another bale. There. Cool. Took the bale. Alright, so that's working. Let's check for errors real quick. Come on, look at it. There we are. Log. Come on. No errors. And no care. No warnings, so we're cool. Alright, so let's take a look at the emitter quick. Let's go and get this guy. sit in the vehicle, get a better view here. See what these emitters look like. And there we go. And hay, silage, and straw. To make TMR. That was a little bit of a long process of converting. I did it a little backwards, but in the long run it actually made it easier for when I want to export it, make it a placeable is why I kind of took that step. So goofy looking textures, but it'll work, Morning J-Dog, how's it going, bud? Alright guys, so I'm going to end this video. I will post this to YouTube. That was the whole point of doing this. And then I'm going to do another video on how to take these guys. I guess, yeah, I need to look at that and make sure it looks right. Ah, found a problem right there, pig food mixer. So let's fix that, and then I'll end the video and switch over and show how to take these guys out and make them replaceable. So go back to monitor, close that guy. I need to go into this guy. Zoom out a little bit. Take this. Delete. Fill bucket. Fix you. We're going to go to text. I think we want 30. Control D. Black. This is going to be total mix fashion. Yeah, let's call it Forge Mixer. How's that? File, save as desktop 17 Westbridge apps import TMR textures TMR display, yes, hit OK. Alright, so load the game one more time just to make sure. Here, start. The bad thing is I should have saved the game, because now I'm going to have to empty that forge out again. Alright, down to the cow farm. Jump in this guy right here. Okay, so now we have Forge Mixer, Marhu.net, and like I said, this stuff, guys, without Marhu's site, guys with the Fabric script, this stuff wouldn't be possible. So make sure you guys check them out. Very cool. Have a lot of other stuff on there as well. So I think that will conclude this video. Sorry for dragging it out and doing the same thing I do in most videos, but the whole file pathing and folder shrinking is a big must for me. It just makes things a lot easier to find in the future. So like I said, I'm going to end this video. Anyone watching live, I will be right back, I promise, within probably 30 seconds. I just want to cut this so it's easier for me to throw it on YouTube. So give me 1 second, I'll be right back. And hello there, NC. Good to see you, bud.